Hello everyone, this is Swati Shastri taking a session on user interface design for the 8th semester. Uh, in the last lecture, we had actually studied about the components of the window like frame, title bar icon, window sizing buttons, the question mark button, menu bar, status bar, scroll bar, split box, toolbar, command area, size grip, and lastly we had learnt about work area. So these were the components that a Windows that should have, and that is what we had learnt in the last class. Now in this class we are going to learn about the representation of a window. So using the components, the windows will be designed, no doubt. So how should a window be represented is what we are going to learn. So there are lots of kinds of representations in our window. We'll see out which one is to be considered, how to pick them and all. So today's contents are like how to pick a representation style for a window, how that presentation must be there. So to pick up this kind of a presentation, first we need to know how many kinds of window presentation styles are there. So there are usually three, and we are going to deal with all the three. We'll see how they are. So first we'll see what is a presentation style. A window presentation style, it refers to its spatial relationship with the other windows. That is, like if I have two windows, the first window and the second window, what is the relationship between them spatially in the sense whether they should be kept parallelly, they are displaying like vertically on to the screens, or whether they are one beside the other, whether they are one above the other. Such kind of a relationship between two windows is called as spatial relationships. So deciding that spatial relationship is nothing but the style or the presentation style of any window. So there are basically three common styles. In the older days there were only two, that was tiled and overlapping. Now we have the third one also, and most of the people then they were using tiled itself. Okay, so one by one we'll be seeing what are these presentation styles like tiled, overlapping as well as cascading. So this is an example of tiled windows. Tiled windows, this if you want to see this, especially if you visit Windows XP, this was the common thing. If you just double click on the my computer, it was opening such kind of a window which was quite tiled and all the informations are present. So this is the first tile, second tile, third tile, fourth tile, fifth tile. So you have information here, here as well as here. So you can have informations displaying parallelly. So these windows would never close until and unless you do not minimize it. So the windows cannot be removed out as a user. So user has a less control on this part. So this is how a tiled windows looks like. Let us go through some of the advantages of having such kind of a tiled window. The first advantage is that the system usually allocates and positions windows for the user, they're eliminating the necessity to make the positioning decisions. So it usually the Windows itself, that is the operating system itself, will position where that particular tile of that window must be. It will allocate that and position it. So nothing is left, none of the decisions are left on the users. Users cannot just remove that window or close that particular part. So I mean it will be kept visible. Okay, so open windows are always visible. Whichever are kept opened, they are always visible, eliminating the possibility of them to be lost or forgotten. So every window is always completely visible, eliminating the possibility of information being hidden. You cannot hide anything, so you have to keep that particular window open, or you have to minimize it once you open the window. Okay, so you cannot just like eliminate that window from there, or you cannot just hide the information from there. All the information present in that window should be visible, it is mandatory. Okay, so that was a kind of a tiled window that we always had. Next advantage of that tiled window was they are perceived as less complex comparing to the overlapping windows, because they do not give you a moment of operations which feel like magical. Like they are quite less complex, they are not so complex, so they can be easily studied, or they can be easily built up in comparison to overlapping windows. It is because they are do not seem magical. It is just a single screen is divided into different parts, so it is quite easier to represent. So they are easier according to the studies for invoice and an inexperienced people to learn and use. If there is a new person for your software, he is quite new to use your software, he has not seen that. If you want a new person to learn your software, it is better that you use such kind of windows, because all the contents are open, is visible, he can directly get all the things and make use of the tools that you are giving. So these things are especially meant for invoice or inexperienced people. So they yield better user performance for the tasks where the data requires little window manipulations to complete the task. So if you are in need of just a small part of a window to manipulate your task, tiles are the best option. So it comes with the disadvantages. The perceived disadvantages are so and so below. Like the first one is only a limited number can be displayed in the screen area available, because it is single screen, in that you are performing tiles and all, the small part is given for smaller things. So that's the reason that only a limited number can be displayed in the screen area. You cannot fill completely all the things that you require, may not be capable of putting it over there, right? So as the windows are opened or closed, existing windows change in size can be very much annoying. Like because you are keeping the window either open or closed, once you maximize the whole screen, so that might create a problem. It might annoy your design. So if you have small screen, you might have adjusted all your tiles for the small screen. It will readjust itself for the large screens, but it may not look the same good that it was before. And next point is that as windows change in the size or position, the movement can be disconcentrating. So because you have tiles, if you are changing the position or if you are changing the size of that particular window, so you might not get the content where what you were actually where you were actually at. That might give you some problem. Next point is that as the number of the displayed window increases, each window can get very tiny space. So if you're trying to overcrowd the single window with the tiles, more number of tiles, that time, like you divide more number of tiles, it will take up all the borders and you will be having very less space for the sake of display. So every tile will be so small that you cannot display all the contents. Next is that the changes in the size and the location made by the system are difficult to predict. You cannot predict the size and the location because system is doing that. No user is involved in that. The configuration of the windows provided by the system may not meet the user's needs. User might not have the same necessity as your windows is giving you. He might be his needs might be different. It will never bother him. Okay, so they are perceived as crowded and are more visually complex because window borders are flush against one another. Because you have too many tiny windows and you also will be having borders in that, so it might look crowded and visuality will be complex because whatever things that you want to see may not be clearly visible. Okay, so the next point is that they permit less user control because there is no control. All the system is doing, because the system actively manages those windows. Because system is actively managing the windows, user will be having less control. So this is how the tiled windows are there. So you have box kind of an information. Apart from tiled representation, you can also have an overlapping window representation that it looks like here. So this is the common thing that now we have uh, in our like present world. This is the common kind of a design that we have, an overlapping window. So one window, on that you have one more window, on that you have one more window. So here one window, this is behind this window. So this, that's why you call it as overlapping. It looks something like a spreaded set of papers on the desktop, on your table. So similar of that sort is your overlapping windows. Okay. So what are the advantages regarding such kind of an overlapping windows? First advantage is that visually they look like 3D. They resemble the resembling the desktop that is familiar to the user. Okay, so it looks like a 3D one. Greater control, because it is going to meet the person's needs. You have quite good control on it, because whichever window you want to display, you can display. Whichever window you don't want to display, you need not display. Okay, you can also maintain large sizes. You can have different sizes. You can see it in the diagram also. See, this window is quite large in compared to this one, or this one, right? So you can have large sizes. Windows can also maintain consistent sizes. Like you can have like the same size can be there for all the windows. That is also possible. Okay, there is no restriction. Next is windows can maintain consistent position. Like this window must be displayed in the top right corner or top left corner. It should be in the middle. If you want such kind of restriction, that thing also you can put, because it is user friendly. Next is screen space conservation is never a problem, because the windows can be placed on one of each other. Like in your tiled windows, what was there was you had divided the whole window into different tiles and you had smaller part for that. But here this is not a problem. You can see in the diagram, this window which is overlapping these two and is behind these two, I can increase the size of the window to the whole screen. This is also available. That property is also available. So there is no conservation problem. You need not conserve the space. You can keep your window as far as large possible, your interest. Okay, so there is no pressure to close or delete the window which is no longer needed. If you are not interested in having the window, for example, if you were browsing, after some time you feel like watching a movie, you can just minimize that particular window and start watching a movie. There is no restriction that you have to stop browsing. It will not pressurize you to stop the browsing or close that particular window. Okay. Next is that the possibility exists for less visual crowding and complexity. So you can have large borders or anything. There will be no visual crowding because you are overlapping that window. Okay, they yield better user performance for the tasks where the data requires much window manipulation to complete the task. So if you are creating a software wherein the user might have to switch from one window to other window, then then you as a designer should make use of overlapping windows. Okay, so it also has disadvantages. The disadvantages are like this: they're operationally much more complex than tiled, because it is overlapping. You have given user controls and all, so that's why it will be more complex than in comparison to tiled windows. So next is that information in the windows can be obscured behind the other. For example, if you see in your diagram here, this window, so this window is having information which is displayed front, and it is going to suppress the information from here. So this is kind of a problem that you may face. Okay, so it is going to obscure, or you like it is not visible. That part of information from the window which is behind might not be visible. Next is window themselves can be lost behind other windows and can be presumed not to exist. If you have a very small window which has gone behind and on that you have a very large window, might not be that you know that small window is present. Okay, you might forget that, right? Next is that the overlapping windows represent a 3D space is not always realized by the user. So no doubt you're trying to perform like 3D kind of a thing. Always the user may not recognize that. That is not so possible. So the control freedom increases the possibility of greater visual complexity and crowding. The user might open too many windows because you have an improper offset, like the window must be here only, next window will come to the very next part, or it is well arranged. Nothing of that sort is present because you have left all the controls free to the user. User might create a very visual complexity and overcrowded by having more number of windows. Okay, so this is somewhere an advantage as well as disadvantage. It looks good, we use it, but it comes with an disadvantage also. So apart from these two kinds, there is a third kind, and that is called as cascading. So cascading was derived from your overlapping windows, because as you can see it in the diagram, this window is overlapped by the second window by third by fourth by fifth, so on. Okay, so you can have such kind of cascading windows. Like cascading windows is kind of an overlapping windows. You can overlap on each other. The only thing is that they are arranged in a very systematic manner. That is, from this first window to second window, there is slightly an offset given to that. And the same offset is between the second window and the third. The same offset is maintained between third and fourth. Similarly between fourth and fifth. So you are maintaining a very constant offset between the windows. If you have that in the overlapping windows, you can get a better view, and that kind of view is called as a cascading window. So usually the softwares that you try to install will be having this. Okay, so the advantages of this is no window is ever hidden completely. You will never lose that. Next is bringing any window to front is quite easier. You can just click on that and it comes in front. Next is it provides simplicity in the visual presentation and cleanliness. The crowdedness of the overlapping window will be gone. You will be losing that. So this is the best thing or the best option that you can have. Okay. So these are the three kinds of windows that can be used for the sake of displaying that. Okay. So apart from displaying this, these are the three kinds of presentation styles, no doubt, but which one to be chosen and when? Is it that like tiled windows are always unpreferred? Nothing of that sort. Tiled windows might be useful. So when do you choose a tiled window? If you have a perception, like you have an activity which is a single task, you can complete the whole activity like a calculator. Okay, so it is a single task. The task of the calculator is to just calculate, right? So you need numbers over there, you need signs over there, you need operators over there, you need a screen which is going to display the output, everything you require over there. If you have such kind of an operation which is a single task, you can go for the tiled window presentation style. If you need the data to be displayed simultaneously, all the data must be displayed, like newspapers, right? Like newspapers is going to display almost all the data on the main screen, on the main page. If you have that kind of data to be displayed, even then it is better that you choose a presentation style which is styled. Okay. Next, if tasks requiring little window manipulation, if there is no window manipulation or very small window manipulation, even then you can make use of a tiled window and you need not go for an overlapping window. It is not required for you to go for an overlapping window. Okay. Next, tiled window is used especially when a novice or an inexperienced user is trying to use it. If there is a person who is using who is new to your software, he wants to learn it now and then develop something, that time it is better that you give everything in a tiled window, because it will be quite handy for him. He can directly have and opt for any options because everything will be visible in that part. Okay. So at these four conditions, you will be using tiled windows. When to use an overlapping windows for your system, for your graphical user interface. Okay. So you can have this if you want to switch between tasks. Okay, if you are designing a software wherein the user have to switch between tasks, like he wants to see once he's seeing one part of the window, then he's seeing the next window, then he has to go for the third window, he has to switch between the different windows, then he will always, then you have to choose for overlapping windows because it is easier to select. So here you cannot do that selection, everything is visible directly. Okay, so if you want to do that kind of selection, then you have to go for overlapping windows. Next is, if the tasks necessitating a greater amount of window manipulation. Okay, if you want to perform greater amount of window manipulation, such kind of tasks are there, you want to manipulate them, that time you have to go for overlapping windows. Okay. And next, if the user of your software is quite an expert or an experienced user, then you can go for an overlapping window. Next, if you have an unpredictable display contents, for example, like you want to, you close any software and the software asks you whether you want to save the contents that you have changed. So that time a dialog box appears which is unpredictable, right? Like the designer might have not thought like he is going to close the window without saving contents, so he had not predicted that, so he had just given an option. So if you are in a state that your software may go for an unpredictable content, you better go for an overlapping windows. Okay, so this is how you select a presentation style. So what we have learned today is how to have a presentation style, what kinds of styles are there, that is tiled windows you may have, overlapping windows you may have, and you may have a cascading windows also. So presentation style will define that like you have a user interface to be designed. So you need to design how your window should look like, whether it should look like tiled, that is there is a single window, you create parts in that window and show the contents in there, or you want to have separate windows for very many parts. That is what you are trying to decide. So both the ways are going to improve your graphical user interface. Okay, so if you are using tiled windows, it is especially meant for a novice or an inexperienced user. So you can use it if your customers are inexperienced ones, so that you can display all the contents on the screen directly. If your customers are directly and expert users and all, you can go for an overlapping window, which is quite better because it looks like 3D. It can create a mesh. To avoid the mess, you can involve cascading windows, which is an extension of overlapping windows only, but it shows in a very well defined, a simple, clean manner. Okay, so this is about the presentation styles. You have also seen that when to choose a tiled window, when to choose an overlapping window. Okay, thank you. In the next class, we'll be learning regarding the types of windows, how many kinds of windows are there, what are we going to do. Okay, thank you.